Professor, Associate Dean, Academic Research, EC Department of KL University, Vijayawada. He has 17 years of teaching experience. He has skills around different designing concepts like PCB designing, ASM, MATLAB, Multisim, TINA, Xilinx, ANSYS HFSS, Concerto, VSS, Logism, FECO, FORMSOL, Multiphysics, IE3D, LabVIEW, EMPro, DAC, Myrio, CST7, EMIT, and so on. Coming to the academic achievements, he has taken Best Teacher Award for 7 years from 2009 to 18 from KLU, Best Teacher from IQAC on World Quality Day in 2017, Uttam Acharya Puraskar from Indian Servers in 2019, Distinguished Research Award from IQAC in 2019, Excellent Citation Award from IJIES for 2019. He has also achieved awards from Indian Book, Asia Book, World Record Holder, youngest professor with highest number of publications, young scientist and ECR awardee. He is also a Distinguished Scientist Award holder, Distinguished Researcher Award holder. He has 16 international book publications. He has a total of 512 research publications, out of which 348 are in Scopus or SCI indexed journals. He has 4 sponsored projects completed with a worth of 123 lakhs and 2 sponsored ongoing projects worth of 107 lakhs. He is acting as editorial board member for almost 46 international journals. Apart from this, he has conducted many workshops, FTPs, and conferences. Guest lectures delivered around 52. Number of PhD scholars awarded under him are 7 and submitted are 1. And his research interests are with RF microwave and antennas, liquid crystal applications, image processing, and so on. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Sir Madhav, sir.
Madam, am I audible, madam?
Thank you. Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for
madam.
accepting our invitation. And I hand over the session to the Sir Madhav, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Sir,
thank you, Ashwini, madam,
on,
for the
thank you,
introduction. Nice introduction. I thank Kusum Kumari, madam, Dr. Kusum Kumari, madam, head of the department, for giving me this opportunity to talk with the research community. And I also thank the management of the institute for opting me as one of the resource person to deliver a talk in this FDP. Thank you, madam. I am going to share my screen.
Sure, sir, sure.
So I request to provide the screen share option.
1 second, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, now are you able to?
No, madam.
Sir, please try now.
Yeah, I got it, madam. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Once again, I welcome all the participants to this FDP morning. Head of the department, madam, has taken the session on some of the advancements in the advanced antennas, and my session will be mostly on the practical oriented things, how to do the simulation, how to do the analysis, how to do the optimization of the advanced antennas. Those aspects I will discuss, and apart from that, if time permits, I will show some of the journals which are useful for the research community who wants to publish their articles in antenna space. Coming to my topic, actually today I am taking one topic, and again again, I will meet all the participants on Thursday also. So I divided my session in two parts. In this session, mostly I will cover the some of the advanced communication antennas and their applications. And after that, immediately I will shift to the simulation tool, uh, Antenna Magus. So instead of saying Antenna Magus tool as a simulation tool, we can say that Qt as a tutorial tool. Who wants to teach antenna subject and who wants to do basic work, basic modeling, basic analysis in the antennas, for them that tool is very, very useful. So I'm going to discuss about that particular tool. Prior to that, just 5 to 10 minutes, I will take basic introduction regarding the activities that we are doing at Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center of KLD Muthuvi University. And after that, I will move to the tool. So once again, introducing myself to all the participants, this is Dr. Madhav, Professor and Associate Dean at KLD Muthuvi University. So at KLD Muthuvi University, we have a special R&D center, which is the combination of two fields, that is antennas and liquid crystals. So in this center, we will work in antennas as well as we will work in the liquid crystals also, and combination of antennas with liquid crystals also we will work. That's why the center name is Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center, ALRC. Earlier, this center was established, actually the center was established in year 2009, and the former professor of EC department, Dr. Vijay Pispati, who has started this center, and he was the director at that time. From 2015 onwards, I have taken charge as director for this center after his retirement. And whatever work we are doing here, everything is just because
Sir, your voice is breaking.
the research community. And computational electromagnetics importance, I will speak because we are the most of my presentation is connected with electromagnetic tools. So then I will introduce different electromagnetic tools and especially Antenna Magus. Related to Antenna Magus overview I will provide, and after that I will conclude. So hope everybody are able to see this. This is Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center, which is at KLD Muthuvi University. Earlier center was only Liquid Crystal Research Center, and in 2015 we have changed the name from Liquid Crystal Research Center to Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center. So here we will provide all kind of facilities, all kind of works we will take here, like basic modeling, basic analysis, and testing the designed and fabricated models on both antennas as well as liquid crystals. And this lab currently supporting these areas of research. We are working on low profile and electrically small antennas, and we are working on metamaterial surfaces and media. So all kind of media that artificial magnetic conductors as well as frequency selective surfaces and metamaterial surfaces, all those, in all these areas we are working. And ultra wideband antennas, in this field we are working, and defected ground structure antennas, and we work on fractal antennas, and we work on recount full antennas. In recount full antennas, we work on frequency recountability, pattern recountability, and polarization recountability, and hybrid recountability. Combination of these also we will work. And we work on filters, which are the combination of filters plus antennas. And we work in the field of EBG structures, electromagnetic bandgap structures, and photonic bandgap structures. And our specialty is we will work on flexible and conformal antennas. In these flexible and conformal antennas, we use different materials like liquid crystal polymer material and polymer material and fabric materials. Those materials we will use in the design of flexible and conformal antennas. And we also work on liquid crystal antennas, which will be used for the tunable applications. And apart from that, antennas, microwaves, RF, apart from that, we will work on liquid crystal material characterization and synthesis. New liquid crystal materials will be characterized and synthesis will be performed here. And application of image processing techniques to enhance the textural images and finding the statistical parameters. Not only the statistical parameters, image enhancement, image classification techniques also we will work. And we proposed different new methods for identifying the phases of the liquid crystals with image processing. So actually we will work in all these areas, and we already designed and developed almost 1000+ antennas and filters, couplers, splitters. So many devices we have fabricated and tested at Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center. And coming to the infrastructure and the tools and other facilities that are available. So we have antenna related ANSYS electronic desktop is with us, not only for antennas, for all the microwave and RF devices also, circuit devices also. The design and simulation we will perform with ANSYS electronic desktop. Not only the HFSS, we will work in Savant, we will work in Simplorer, we will work in EMIT, so on in other tools also we will work. And we have another powerful tool with us, that is CST Microwave Studio. And another tool we have Antenna Makers. And we will work with MATLAB tool also, Antenna Toolkit also. And we will work with FICO also. So these are the simulation tools that we have. And now we are in the process of procuring ADS tool. And coming to the other facilities that are available for fabrication of the antennas, we have antenna prototype mission. So NV72 prototype mission is available, semi-automated prototype mission. So this prototype mission can fabricate the microwave devices up to 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter size, maximum 20 centimeter by 20 centimeters. And we have 3 analyzers. One is ZNB20 vector network analyzer from R&S, and we have a spectrum analyzer also from R&S, and we have another handheld vector network analyzer that is from Keysight, Fieldfox analyzer. And apart from those analyzers, whatever you are seeing here, this analyzer is the combination analyzer, which is having frequency range from 5 kHz to 15 GHz. So this is the combination analyzer, which is the combination of both network analyzer and spectrum analyzer. Both are in the single device, and for analysis purpose, we will use this particular instrument, generally for S parameters or for impedance, and for Smith chart, for VSWR. For those parameters, we will use this analyzer, and not only for that, for signal sensing applications and signal reception analysis, for that we will use the spectrum analyzer. And we have Keysight microwave signal source, which is having frequency range up to 13 GHz, and high power horn antenna, which is of range from 700 MHz to 18 GHz. And this is the unique feature at Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center. We have the anechoic chamber, up to 40 GHz. We can do the analysis in the anechoic chamber. This is available with us. And if anyone need the service from our center, Antennas and Liquid Crystal Research Center, so a consultancy form is available in your university website. There you can fill the details. And if your request is regarding antenna design, modeling and simulation, or prototyping or fabrication or measurement and testing, or for educational purpose or training or for internship purpose for BTech and MTech and graduate and postgraduate students. And skill development programs also we will conduct from our center, and e-resources also we will share. So all kind of services will be provided, and this is the form for that consultancy registration form. And whatever equipment I have already I have shown, just I will repeat, just showing one more time the equipment available with us is PCB prototype machine NVIS71 and a combination analyzer up to 15 gigahertz we can take, and signal generator up to 13 gigahertz, and horn antenna up to 18 gigahertz, and we have thermal imaging camera also with us. We are working on wearable antennas and medical communication related antennas and devices also, where we are finding the thermal where we are doing the thermal analysis also. For that purpose, this FLIR thermal sensor camera has been procured, and it supports temperature range up to 150 degrees. And apart from that, we are working in the medical applications also, where we have the data acquisition system from Livium, and My Signals on analyzer is there, and we have other medical equipment to sense the data. And after sensing the data, we will do the analysis. We have EMG, ECG amplifiers and other devices also with us. And after procuring data from, after taking data from those devices, we will process that data through that the devices that we have designed. And we have the microscope for liquid crystal analysis connected with temperature indicator and variac. All liquid crystals related phase identification images will be collected from this microscope. And we have the electronic balance before placing compound in the DSC as well as in the thermal microscope. We will find the weight of that particular material. And we have a liquid crystal analysis system which will be used to do the analysis, liquid crystal analysis. Different parameters like dielectric constant and other parameters we can find out from the system. And this is the another instrument that we have, differential scanning calorimeter, which is used to find which is used for the thermal analysis of the liquid crystal compound, and which will provide, which will give the graphical representation of thermal analysis in the liquid crystals, both in heating as well as in cooling. And we have lock-in amplifier with us. And already I have given overview regarding in which areas we are working. In RF microwave antennas, we are working in all these areas, and we are providing consultancy in all these areas. We will work in microstrip patch antennas, and we will work in conformal antennas. We will work in wideband antennas. We will work in ultra wideband antennas, and we work in notch band antennas, which will reject certain band of frequencies and allow certain band of frequencies. And works in filters plus antennas, filterness, and we work in multi-band antennas. Reconful antennas with we are designing reconful antennas with liquid crystals, and we are designing reconful antennas with pin diodes, varactor diodes, and RF MEMS switches. With those, we are designing different reconful antennas, and we will work in the MIMO antennas, multiple input, multiple output antennas, and rectennas, and dielectric resonator antennas. These are the emerging topics in the antennas, dielectric resonator antennas, which will be through which we will get the circular correlation very easily. And multi-layer antennas, we call that as superstrates based antennas, and metamaterial based antennas, plasma antennas. Now we are working in optical technology, so we are planning to design the antennas for the optical communication bands also. So we are in the process. Plasma antennas, flexible and wearable antennas for body area network applications and biomedical systems. Array and phased arrays antennas and smart antennas in conjunction with DSP. And not only in antennas, we will work in other areas like directional couplers, microwave resonating structures like in-phase and out-phase power dividers, RF microwave active and passive filters. Filters area we are working actively, and we design waveguides, different waveguides, and amplifiers and oscillators, and RF MEMS switching devices, and signal integrity applications, microwave and millimetric wave integrated circuits and amplifier designs, and EBG and PBG photonic band gap structures, and lumped element design. So these are the areas where we are working. And coming to the general applications of this computational electromagnetics, these days to design any product, to implement any new technology in the RF and microwaves and antennas, so people depended on the electromagnetic simulations. The electromagnetic simulation will provide a overview regarding how a particular model will work. What are the parameters of that particular model? So what is the output that you are going to get from that particular product? All those things it will show before fabrication, and all kind of analysis we can do prior to the fabrication and testing. So all virtual visualization can be done with computational electromagnetics tools, and some of the examples are given here. For example, the placement of devices on the ships, on aeroplanes, on other vehicles, those kind of analysis, radar cross-section related analysis, those things we can do using computational electromagnetics tools. And phased array antenna and their beam orientation and their focusing kind of thing, and the related analysis, all those things we can do with the electromagnetic tools. And analyzing matrix data analysis, touchscreen devices using Q3D extractor. So when device is packed into an assembled body, so how it performs. So all those kind of analysis we can do. And large scale finite element based integral electronics applications we can do. So intervehicular, intravehicular, on-body placement analysis, off-body placement analysis, all those analysis we can do with electromagnetic tools. So just I will give a quick overview regarding the vehicular communication devices, because these days most of the people are working in vehicular communication antennas and vehicular communication devices, because the vehicle has to interact with the nearby vehicle, and it has to interact with the base station for information exchange, as well as for getting the latest information regarding in so many aspects like road safety related things, and data transfer analysis. So many things we have to do. So vehicular communication devices are gaining more importance these days. So because of so many facilities that people are incorporating, so in the vehicles. So the vehicles, earlier vehicle means a vehicle which will carry people and the objects, the luggage from one place to another place. But these days vehicles are not only the vehicles, they are carrying so many communication devices, and they are communicating with a n number of nodes, and information exchange is happening, and so many facilities we are getting. So a simple example with FM and AM radios and satellite TV, internet, dedicated short range communication, related communication, information, and tire pressure monitoring, like and collision avoidance kind of thing. So many facilities are there in these vehicles. So if you want to work in vehicle communication related, these are the bands generally people will work. So GSM for application GSM 880 to 960 megahertz. For personal communication systems 1.6 to 2.6 gigahertz. GSM 1800 1.7 to 1.8 gigahertz. GSM 1.9, it is from 1.8 gigahertz to 1.9. And long-term evolution LTE, ultra-modern telecommunication systems, mobile satellite services, and wireless local area networks, industrial, scientific, and medical communication applications, Bluetooth, GPS, Compass, GLONASS, Galileo, 802.11a, b, g, n. So many applications are there. And WiMAX, dedicated short-range communication, vehicle-to-vehicle communication, vehicle-to-infrastructure communication. So many protocols, so many bands are there. So based on the application, we can select a particular band and we can design. Okay, so with this, I'm stopping the theory session, and now I am moving towards the simulation tool, where I would like to show more practical oriented for a particular application, what kind of antennas we have to select, and what kind of devices we have to select, and how to do the analysis. Those things I will discuss. Yeah, hope everybody are able to see this. This is the antenna Magus tool. This antenna Magus tool is one of the powerful tools for doing a basic analysis regarding any antenna. So several applications are there, several antenna models are there. So depending on the application, depending on the feasibility, which type of antenna is more suitable, that you have to identify and you have to utilize. So for that, the best thing is this tool. First, once you enter into this tool, you will get so many options here: export, import, backup, so many things. So out of which, first option you take, find a new antenna. If you click on find new antenna, I'm showing the live demo to you. That's why it will take some gap will be there in between. Please bear with me. So once you click find antennas, for these applications, you will get a lot of antennas. Okay, so you have the applications for aeronautical, you have applications for automotive communication, you have different antennas for ISM, you have different applications for Inmarsat and nautical, aeronautical or nautical communication applications, public broadcast, custom specification based, smart devices and mobile communication based, and radar bands related. For example, if you are doing research in the field of aeronautical, just click on that. Then whether you are working on airborne or base station, okay, you have to select that. Suppose you are working on airborne. If you click, so these are the bands and the operating principles, all those things will be, you will get all this. So distance measuring equipment related, some models are available. I am not clicking now. So just I am giving all the options that are available. So this in this session, I will give all the introduction regarding all the types of antennas and types of applications that we have. And in my next session, completely, I will show, I will take the models, I will do analysis, I will show the output parameters and all. So distance measuring equipment, aeronautical and airborne related. So some of the models are available. And GPS L1 related, we have some global positioning systems related, some models are available. And glide slope, some models, localizers, beacon, radar altimeter related applications, which measures the distance of the aircraft above some height, and radar warning receivers, and tactical air navigation systems, VHF, omnidirectional range, VHF communications, weather radar related. So what is your applications? You have to choose. Okay, so in aeronautical, airborne related we have seen, and base station related, if you take base station related, in that also different types are there. Okay, So these are the aeronautical related. Next, automotive related. Automotive related, if you take what kind of, by looking all these models, if you go through all these different categories, so you will get a clear idea regarding in which area you have to work. And already if you have chosen that particular area, so what are the internal specifications in that particular area, which area you have to choose for your research. In that narrow topic, in which narrow topic you have to work out, all these things, the basic information you will get. And if you are automotive related, communication related antennas and devices, if you want to work, so then electronic toll collection related. So in toll gates, these days FASTag, everybody know. So once you recharge that with certain amount, then at toll gates the automatic deduction will be there. Automatic toll collection will be there. You will go in a separate line and you can avoid this queue and all those things. So that related devices, different devices are available. If I click here, it will go enter into that. That's why I'm not going now. Just I'm introducing all the things. In my next session, I will show each and every point. Okay, electronic toll collection in different countries. Short range radar related 24 gigahertz. That related antennas devices are available. That analysis you can do. Short range radar 24 gigahertz ultra wideband range, and long range radar is there. Medium range radar, short range radar, remote keyless entry related devices are available. And vehicle to vehicle communication related some antenna models are there. Vehicle to vehicle communication, Europe and Japan, based on the country, the frequency band will change. Vehicle to vehicle US. So all these different models are available depending on the country, depending on the region, depending on the application, depending on the what you call depending on the application. Only during the application you can select a particular model. Okay, so automotive related. Next, ISM, industrial, scientific and medical band related. ISM 6.78 megahertz antennas are available. ISM 13.56 megahertz, ISM 27.12 megahertz, ISM 40.68. So many. Generally, ISM means people think that only 2.4 gigahertz or 2.5 gigahertz in between. No, so many ISM models are available. Generally, people follow this ISM 2.45. Okay, for radio communication services and other. But apart from that, we have under ISM other bands also available. So in different countries, in different based on different applications, those models we can select. And ISM for 61 gigahertz also there, 24 gigahertz, ISM 5.8. Generally we call 2.45 lower band, and this is higher band in the commercial communication applications. But if you go to other communication applications, ISM 24.125 is there, 61 gigahertz is there, 122 gigahertz is there, 245 gigahertz also there. That related antennas also available. And next one is the Inmarsat. In Inmarsat also you have base station related and device related is there. So base station related, if you take base station related, so many things are there. We are not working in that area, so I'm skipping that. Device related also there. So I'm skipping design. Next, nautical communication applications, global marine distress and safety system, radio telephonic, and so many options are there at different bands, different applications. So it is not possible to explain all these things in short time. So in global maritime distress and safety system, radio telephonic, in that 4.125 megahertz is there, 6.125 is there, 8.291, 12.29, 16.42, 4 megahertz. So many bands are there, so many. And public broadcast, if you come public broadcast, so public broadcast, FM base station antenna, VHF base station antenna, UHF base station antenna, those you can design. And device related also, FM device antenna, VHF device antenna, UHF device antennas also you can design. And radar bands, if you come to radar bands, HF band, VHF band, UHF band, L band, S band, C band, X band, KU band, K band, KA band, V band, W band, whatnot. Each and every band related, each and every application related models are available. All models are available. You can analyze, you can open that model. So the beauty of this particular tool is just open that particular model. The model is already designed models will be there. Just open that model. If you want to do the fine tuning, you can do with respect to bandwidth, with respect to gain, whatever you want to attain, with respect to the application base. You can select that particular. Next, smart devices and mobile communication related cellular bands are there. In that base station related, so many. Just look at here: GSM, GSM, PGSM, DCS, DCS, digital cellular services kind of devices, UMTS, long-term evaluation, LTE, band 1, receivers, transmitters. Just look at here. How many are there? How many different models are there? Okay. And devices based also, so many things are there. Personal area networks, PANs, ZigBee, Europe, generic, and USA, Australia, whatever model. Normal Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz, 868 megahertz, ZigBee, ISM 2.4 gigahertz, ZigBee, 915 megahertz, ZigBee. So all these models are available. And custom specification also we can do. So depending on the application, depending on your other specification also, you can design the antennas. It's taking time. Yeah, custom specification also, whatever, what is your center frequency, what is minimum, what is maximum, how much bandwidth you want to have, what is the ratio. So all these options will be available to you. Okay, arithmetic and geometric both are available. Okay, radiation pattern related frequency, not only frequency bands, radiation pattern related also. All those parameters you can set, whatever you want, you can set. If you want to decrease, you want to increase gain, what according to your custom specification, you can design the antenna. If suppose some consultancy you got, someone asked, so I require an antenna size of some 20 mm by 20 mm, and that antenna should have the gain of 6 dB, and the antenna should have the main lobe should be in this particular direction, and the antenna should have this much directivity, this much gain. Okay, like, and impedance should be this much, like that, whatever they give. So all those things, custom made specifications you can do. Okay. So these are all the different models that are available. Let me close this and go to the actual window. So I'm giving the live demo, that's why it is taking time. Yeah. So all the models are about to load. You can see here the number. So all the models, different categories are shown to you till now. So all those models are available. I will show the pictorial representation of all the antenna models that we have. And categories also available. You can see here all models, some favorite models, whatever you have picked up, horn antennas of different types, planar antennas, wire antennas, reflector antennas, dielectric antennas, arrays, and other custom templates are available. Just if I click horn antennas, different types of horn antennas it will show. So people generally think that designing of antenna is a very difficult task, especially for these kind of flared element waveguides and horn antenna kind of devices. Designing in tools like HFSS and CST is very difficult. Yes, I agree with the people, but you don't worry about that. This tool will take care of the design of the basic antenna. And once you export this model, whatever you have designed, the basic model into the HFSS or into the CST, then you can do the remaining modifications. For basic design of the antenna, you don't worry. First, this tool will do that help to you. Okay, just look at here, 53 templates we got till now. Waveguide fed pyramidal horn antenna and dual band horn antenna with inherently isolated ports and quad reset dual polarized square horn antenna. So waveguide fed curved aperture corrugated conical horn antenna. What not? Every model is available. Okay, just look at here, TEM horn with magnetic dipoles. Whatever model you want, that model is available. All the models are available in the horn antennas. Each and every model, all categories. So this tool is very, very helpful to the faculty members, especially who wants to teach a particular topic regarding a particular antenna. Suppose they want to teach waveguide fed profile smooth conical horn antenna. So simply they can select that particular model and they can show. Okay, for example, if someone wants to show the analysis regarding a particular antenna, okay, I will show that. Look at here, waveguide fed head plane sectoral horn antenna. If you want to do analysis on that, just click this. Just click that model. Okay, if you click that model related analysis you can do. This tool is very user friendly and all kind of analysis related to that particular antenna model you can do very easily, and you can understand the characteristics of that particular antenna with respect to its output parameters. It is loading. Yeah, just look at here. So waveguide fed H-plane sectoral horn antenna, you can see the side view and you can see the end view. Okay, so side view and end view you can see here. Okay, so this is the 3D preview of that particular antenna, whatever antenna you have taken, and design specifications are here. So this is the center frequency is taken at 10 gigahertz and gain is taken 10 dB. Okay, here you can see the parameters, the basic parameters, and how this particular H-plane sectoral horn antenna was designed. That explanation is given here. How this is designed, what to give. The basic explanation is given. Okay. So on this side, the frequencies, gigahertz and radiation. All these things you can see. Okay, how much gain that you require. Maybe okay, you don't want and you want to change. Then go to edit specification. So edit that particular. If you click on edit specification, you will get a chance to edit the specification. Yeah, look at here. Now, whatever frequency, whatever bandwidth that is required according to your custom specification, you can give here. Okay, if you don't want, close this. And next, here you can see WG is given, width of this guide and width of this aperture. This front side is given WA. Those parameters are given. Okay, and in the side view, you can see HG parameter and other parameters. You can see HG height, the WG, HG, and other parameters. What is the size? WG is 22.86 mm. If you want to change, you can change that. Okay, if you want to change this parameter, you can change this parameter. But for that, we have to edit the specification. And once everything is fine, okay, so just if you click estimate performance, some time, takes at least 2 minutes time to do the simulation of this particular model. And after doing the simulation, it will show all the output parameters of that particular horn antenna. The horn antenna output parameters you can see. I can show all these things in PPT, but if you see the live demo, you can understand the importance of this particular tool and the beauty of this particular tool in a better way. That's why even though it is time taking, I'm showing all the models in the direct tool. Just 2 minutes, it will show. In the meanwhile, if anybody are having any specific doubts regarding any of the things that we discussed, that I have discussed, you can ask. It is taking some time. Before showing the output parameters of this particular horn antenna, any specific doubts or any specific clarifications, or if any of those are there, you can ask. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Now audible.
Yeah, thank you. So it is taking some time, the simulation taking some time. In between, if anything you want to share, or if anything, any information if you require, you can ask. Is this topic is okay to all of you? Because I thought that topic will be helpful because you can see the practical demo of the simulation directly.
Sir, it is very much helpful.
Okay, madam, thank you. So for the next session, what I will do is I will simulate all the models here, and I will keep all the results to avoid this delay. And the next session is on Thursday. So in between, you can the participants can share their ideas and any specific antenna model if they want to see a particular a conformal antenna, a particular reconfigure antenna, a particular a specific application based antenna. If something, if they want to see the demo, they can give their request in the chat box, and I will
The
I
participants
will
are
try
asking
to
some
show
doubts
those models,
to the chat box.
whatever request you are asking accordingly. Yes, ma'am.
Can we, one of the participants is asking, can we design Rectana using this software?
Sure.
Sir, am I audible?
You cannot design the antenna using this particular tool, but all the antenna models almost design. Yeah, you are audible, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Hello?
Now you are audible,
Hello?
sir.
Hello?
Sir, now you are audible.
Hello? Hello? Audible, thank you. So, I think, thank you. So, using this particular tool, we can design. Okay, thank you. Using this particular model, using the software, you can do the analysis of any antenna. But whatever custom templates that are given, those antennas only you can analyze. Almost 280 plus antenna models they have given in the tool. Those antenna models you can open directly and you can do the basic simulation. After that, you can export that model to other tools like HFSS and CST. And one participant asked that can Rectina can be designed? Yes, Rectina related models also available. So Rectina also we can design using this particular tool, and we can import also. And one more participant asked the question that is it is possible to get the desired frequency response fixing the dimension of the antenna? Yeah, by fixing the dimension of the antenna, the overall dimension you can fix, but other changes you have to make, like you have to place, suppose you design antenna which is working at 10 gigahertz, you want to operate that antenna at 5 gigahertz. Okay, then you can downscale that particular frequency with doing some small modifications in the antenna design. You can place the slots, you can add the stops, you can place some resonators kind of things in the antenna, or you can place the tunable devices to bring back that particular frequency to your desired frequency band. All those kind of things you can do. And one more question, someone asked that is this an online tool? No, this is not an online tool. In online, it is not available. We have to procure this tool. So Desert Solutions, Simulia taken this particular tool, and you can if you anybody wants this particular tool, they have to purchase. Any other doubts to anyone? If you purchase CST Micro Studio, along with CST Micro Studio, this tool is a complement tool. You will get this tool. The simulation is about to finish. I will show the results and I will close today's session. In the next session, I will show at least 4 to 5 models to you. How to do analysis of models. So please excuse me this time taking more time. Otherwise, so I will show other model results to you in between. There is no alternative tool for this particular, only Antenna Magus. Antenna Magus is the only tool. This kind of templates are available. In CST and HFSS, some examples they have given some models, examples, but this Magus tool is covering all models. Okay, sorry, one thing, this is taking long time. So today I will close my session now. In my next class, I will simulate all the models and I will do all the simulated models. I will show one by one all the simulated models, results, and all those analysis I will present. And I will show how to export this particular. Hello.
Sir, one of the participants is asking, while designing the antenna using the Fleckett port, it can get negative permittivity and permeability, but the S11 parameter is getting bad. While the same antenna simulated using the lumped port, we are getting very good result, bandwidth. So which parameter is to consider, either from the lumped port or Fleckett port?
So generally, Flex will use for doing the USL analysis. Suppose whenever you are doing metamaterial structure designing or frequency select to surface kind of thing, or artificial magnetic conductor kind of design. First, initially, you will do a take a small unit, and that unit cell analysis we will do with Fleckett port. So lumped port analysis all can do, but Fleckett port is most preferable thing for unit cell analysis. As per the mentioned thing, while designing the antenna using the Fleckett port, you can get negative permeability and permeability. So that negative permeability and permeability you will get if you design the metamaterial structure, the splitting resonators, single splittering or double splitting and complementary splitting, those kind of things if you design, then you will get the permittivity negative or permeability negative. Sometimes you will get both negative. So Fleckett port is the most suitable thing for doing the analysis. Yeah, you can see here the earlier model was open, a log periodic antenna, a dipole array. You can see the result here, result window. Yeah, the impedance you can see the variation with respect to the frequency and all the other parameters like reflection coefficient, VSWR, all these things you can see for log periodic dipole array. Yeah, the reflection coefficient you can see this is a wideband which is working from 0.9 to 2.6, entire band it is working, entire band is below minus 10 dB, and radiation pattern also you see here. Yeah, total gain you can see the radiation pattern at 1.0 gigahertz and radiation pattern in 3D. All these things you can see. So I will speak more about the other analysis in the antenna Magus tool in my next session. Today's session I am closing at this point, and again we will meet on Thursday to discuss more about this particular antenna Magus tool. Okay, thank you, madam. Thanks for the opportunity. Again, I will meet on Thursday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, can you turn on video for a while? I'll take a screenshot. Thanks.
Okay, madam.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
sir, we have a small doubt, sir. What is the difference between the flecket port
Yeah,
and the
please,
lumped
you can
port,
ask.
sir? What is the difference between the flecket port and lumped port
So
and
lumped port,
yes, sir, flecket port and lumped port, sir.
so there are different types of there are different types of ways to give the ports. Like a lumped port, the lumped port generally what we will do is wherever ground is there, from that point to the feed line we will line and we will give the port. And in waveguide we will give the waveguide port. In waveguide port, a certain portion will be taken, and that entire portion we will give as a port. And in the flecket port, generally what we will do is we will take the unit cell and we will take that unit cell in a rectangular box, and we will apply flecket port on both walls. That means that that particular model you can do the analysis from both the walls like that. And so many other feedings are there. Even though you use microstrip line feeding or CPW feeding or any feeding, lumped port model or waveguide port model or flecket port model, these three models will be used generally.